Okay, back in 2018, I finally got sick and tired of being sick and tired and started to do something with myself. I started going to the gym, losing weight, and actually feeling better. And this is exactly what today's video is going to help you to do. You see, I had 104 kilograms, which is this in pounds, and it didn't feel good. I felt tired, I felt lazy, I didn't know what to do with my life, if I could ever achieve the dreams that I had. But I knew one thing: if I would just put in the work that others had done before me, I would get the same results, and this is pretty much exactly what happened. So I'm gonna be honest with you right from the start. Weight loss is simple, but it's kinda hard because you have to do it consistently. Pretty much everything in life. If you want to get good at something, like really good, then you have to do it consistently day over day without seeing any results. And this is called delayed gratification. And this is pretty much the biggest principle if you want to lose weight. Because you're not just going to see changes from day to day, but over weeks and months, you are going to see huge differences. So without further ado, let's get right into the plan that is going to change your life. Well, at least if you stick to it. First things first, if you're entirely new to this stuff, you gotta learn about calories. These are the bread and butter of weight loss, because your body works on a simple principle: calories in versus calories out. If you eat something, you are putting calories into your body, and if you move or just exist, then you are putting out calories out of your body. And weight loss is a simple equation of how many calories you consume minus how many calories you burn. The more you burn, the more weight you are going to put off. But we don't want to take this to the extreme, because our bodies aren't really used to drastic change. They like change like small tiny steps over time. So how are you going to do this? Well, there are two ways to kind of burn calories, and that's by eating less or actually burning it with doing exercises. Eating less is way easier than actually doing the exercise, but it's a little bit more on the mindset side that you have to be strong in the head in order to do it. So it's going to be easier, but kind of harder. So let's first go over not eating the bad stuff. What is the bad stuff? You probably know that bad is probably like sweets and oily stuff, fast food. Yeah, those are the main contenders. If you put those outside of your diet, and don't worry, the word diet is basically what you are eating. It's not something specific like being vegan and stuff. So your diet is going to be much better for your weight loss journey if you just put out the sweets and all of the oily stuff, because oils are made out of fats, and fats have double the calories of other macronutrients. But we are going to get to that in a later video. Just remember that fats are really bad for you right now, but not entirely, because you need some fats to exist. It's basically very complicated, but just make sure you're not eating a bunch of fast food and a bunch of sweets, because sweets are just sugars and you are pretty much not gaining anything from that. So once you put out those two major categories out of your diet, you should be around 2,000 to 3,000 calories. And you probably don't know what 2,000 to 3,000 calories even is, because I haven't talked about the numbers yet. So calories are basically the energy that your food stores that when you eat it, your body absorbs. So in order to find out how many calories are in a specific food that you are eating, you can just look at the back label, and it will mostly tell you the calories per 100 grams or per one serving. Just make sure to get the correct serving size and the correct grammage. A really easy way to add up your calories that you are eating throughout the day to know how many you are actually currently eating is by using an app. And I highly recommend that you start off with MyFitnessPal. It's pretty much the easiest one that you can use, and it has most of the foods in the world. So once you've chosen an app, preferably MyFitnessPal, and you are logging these numbers in consistently, you have to do this pretty much for like a week or a month in order to get used to it. And after doing this for a long time, you are going to know how many calories are in each food, because you're just used to seeing all of the numbers on your phone and then just looking at the meal and saying, oh, that's about 500 calories. But that's going to come way later in your journey, like after 1 to 2 years of consistently tracking. But the good thing is, after you've done those 1 to 2 years, you no longer need to track it religiously on your phone, because you're just going to know intuitively. So once you track this for about a week or so, you're gonna have an idea of how many calories on average do you eat per day. And now it's time to go online into an online calorie calculator. Most of these are pretty inaccurate because nobody asks you like all of the specifics, but you can just take this as a rough estimate of how many calories you should eat. Google any kind of calorie calculator online fine. It doesn't matter which equation it uses. Just put in your data and you should end up somewhere around 2000 to 2500 calories per day in order to lose some weight. If you're a woman, you are probably going to need to eat even less calories. And once you have these calories and you can now compare them to your average that you had from the week before, you can now see how many foods you have to kind of give up in order to lose weight. And now you pretty much have most of the formula already done. Just make sure you are hitting those calories, getting enough sleep, that means 7 to 8 hours, and drinking enough water. That's the basic 3 things that you need in your life in order to lose weight consistently. And the other thing that I mentioned at the beginning is exercise. And this is just the little help on top of you not eating as much that is going to allow you to burn more calories. So what type of exercise should you actually do? Well, the most important part here is to just find something that you like doing, because it's going to be way easier to stick to it. And this is the whole point of weight loss. If you need to lose a lot of weight, the most important part for you is going to be to do it consistently every single day. And also, one huge myth that pretty much every 40-year-old that I speak to about weight loss has to tell me is, do I have to go to the gym? No, you don't. The gym is just a little bit extra that is going to help you in the long run. The gym is similar to weight loss. It just takes time and consistency going into it in order to build muscle. And muscle is good for 2 things. Number 1, you look pretty sick when you have a lot of muscle. And number 2, if you have more muscle, it's actually going to help you to burn more calories passively. So if you don't like going to the gym, then don't. Just find something that you like. For example, you really like playing tennis. Great. Tennis can burn a ton of calories, especially if you enjoy it for like an hour or 2 a day. And from the start, I wouldn't even track how many calories I burned throughout the exercise, because it's really uncertain if you don't have one of those fancy Apple Watches or Whoop bands or rings or whatever just tracks everything. Just make sure to get at least like 2, 3, 5 hours of exercise per weekend. And for sticking all the way to the end of this video, I'm going to give you my secret trick of actually burning a ton of calories really easily while watching videos or reading a book. It's called the stationary bike. Just give it a nice comfortable resistance and you can go pretty much forever until your butt hurts. I tested all of the other cardio equipment in my gym and the bike was by far the best. Like the Stairmaster burned a little bit more calories, but then again, I could do the stairs for like 10 minutes tops. But with the bike, I burn like 130 calories per 10 minutes. So when I'm there for like 40-50 minutes, I'm burning a decent amount. So give it a try for yourself and don't worry, you can lose the weight. Man, I've been in your shoes. I've been fat, I've been miserable, and if I could do it, you can do it too. So this has been it for today, and I will see you in the next one. Bye bye.